Hi everybody, this is Zari Ballard, and this is the When Love is Alive video blog podcast. Today we're going to be talking about projection and how to read a narcissist and use his ploy or her ploy to your advantage. Hang on, I'll be right back. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Zari Ballard, and again it's the When Love is Alive video blog podcast. Today we're going to talk about projection, but before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button right there and the bell so you can get notified of my videos. So let's get right into it. Even though a narcissist is a pathological liar, there are going to be those times where they give us snippets of truth, and I've talked about that before. Snippets of truth amongst the lies. And as victims, all we have to do to get to the bottom of it is listen. That's right. If we really pay attention, the narcissist will tell us exactly what they're doing in any given moment. And it is possible for you to read a narcissist the same way that the narc reads you, and no one will be the wiser. The reason that a narc is so good at doing what he does is because he does something that we forgot to do exactly when we met him. He listens. From the first conversation, the narcissist begins to process our personal information, listening carefully to our words, drawing out of us the answers to all the questions in his mind that he asks himself to ask you to determine your long-term potential. This is all while he mentally takes notes, determining our strengths and our weaknesses so he can use them against us in the future to benefit from either one of them. And by the time he moves into the devalue stage, we are wound like a fucking top, hanging on his every word, being suspicious, but yet we're not able to come up with a single shred of evidence. Like all narcs, my ex was really good at it. My craziness became his justification for everything that he did. And what happens is, as he kicks into the devalue mode, we start getting in desperation mode, and we're just not paying attention. Because let me tell you, projection is key. See, while we're throwing fits and jumping around and trying to figure out what he's up to and what he's thinking and what he's doing and where he's going and who he's with, we should just be listening. That's all. Listening and observing. If he's talking about somebody at work, maybe somebody he's never talked about before, or maybe the girl that he talks about a little too much or a little too little, that's the person that he's interested in. It just works that way. You can justify it and try to bargain with yourself and think that that's not it. Oh my God, that's not. No, that's what's happening. We do, in fact, become very in tune with the pattern of his behavior. And in the end, we can predict exactly what they're going to do. The problem is that the narcissist keeps us really busy, jumping around, being distracted, apologizing for things we have no reason to apologize for. And meanwhile, we're not collecting the very single thing that we should be collecting, the evidence. And we do have it in his own words. This is about it. I'm going to go over a couple of things with you that I think are important. If you keep these little things in mind, you'll be figuring them out in no time. Okay, here's number one. If he accuses you out of the blue of cheating or suddenly begins acting insanely jealous, he's either cheating or getting ready to cheat. That's a fact. Number two, if he accuses you of lying about something ridiculous, that means he's worried about you catching him in a lie that he just told just recently. So stop freaking out and just think back to the last thing he said, and you'll figure it out. Number three, if he casually chit-chats about a girl, any girl, supermarket checkout girl, coworker, neighbor, who really, quote-unquote, gets on his nerves, you can safely assume he's getting ready to put the moves on her, or he's already seeing her. I know nobody wants to believe that, but that's as simple as it's that simple. Number four, if he does something out of the ordinary, wears something out of the ordinary, or says something out of the ordinary, look deep into it. Quietly read between the lines, okay? Nothing a narcissist does or says is random. What I discovered was a subtle crack, a little crack in the mask, or a crack in the, in the persona of the narcissist. It was a flaw. It's a flaw. And I have to admit, it fascinated me, because once I figured it out, it was absolutely foolproof. See, narcissists, despite their propensity for lying, are like little children who have to give themselves away. It's like getting caught with their hand in the cookie jar, or them being in the other room and mom saying, Where are you at? What are you doing? I don't have my hand in the cookie jar. That's exactly what it is. And this thing about giving themselves away, it has less to do about confessing, okay, than it has to do with bragging. Actually, bragging, accusing, projecting, lying, and gaslighting, all combined into one nice, neat, mind-boggling package. For years, just like you, I was always looking to validate that nagging feeling. And what was really weird, it was almost like uncanny, was my ex's ability, I thought, to accuse me of the very thing that I thought he was doing. In other words, as soon as I had gathered enough courage to confront him about a suspicion, he'd suddenly accuse me of the very same thing before I even spoke a word. I'd be like, how the hell did he do that? Was he reading my suspicious mind, or is something else going on here? Then one day, the light bulb went off. I realized that he wasn't reading my mind at all. He actually was giving himself away and telling me exactly what I needed to know. In effect, he was telling on himself in a very big way, and he'd been doing it for years. By suspecting himself that I was onto his shenanigans, he would attempt to distract me by accusing him of the very same thing. That's all it was. I was being intuitive by figuring it out. My suspicions were correct. That's why you always have to trust your intuition. And he knew what he'd done, of course, so he just threw it out there and accused me of it. Here I'm thinking it's like, he has supernatural powers. He can read my suspicious mind. Wasn't that at all. I was just right. And then he was just doing some projecting it onto me, accusing me of doing the very same thing he was doing. What a jerk. I finally discovered that if I stopped throwing fits every time he told me a ridiculous lie or a ludicrous story, or even when he tossed out a ridiculous accusation, if I just sat back and really listened to what he was saying, that I would know exactly what he was doing. So I shut the fuck up. I stopped throwing fits, and I just put myself in observance mode, and oh my God, all the puzzle pieces fell together. In my book, When Love is a Lie, I talk about this distraction tactic. Okay, he thinks it's a distraction tactic, but this is a golden opportunity. Instead of having a fit and go, no, I didn't do it. Oh my God, I didn't do it. I love you. Blah, 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 blah. Just go, okay. He knows. See, don't forget, the narc, it sounds ludicrous and ridiculous because it is. Okay, he knows that you're not cheating on him. He just has to throw that out there because you're going to go crazy trying to defend yourself. But you don't have to do that. All you got to do is observe. That's all. Just observe. Listen to what he's saying. Don't throw a fit. Don't be hurt by it, because it's definitely not personal. All he's trying to do is get away with something, which is, remember, it's all about what they can get away with. The other thing, he'll either project his behaviors onto you, or if you listen carefully, he might be projecting them onto friends, coworkers, siblings, parents, whatever he can think of. So it might not be you necessarily that he's projecting onto, but if he's talking about a friend and he's just going on and on and on about that, he's just such a jerk and he cheats on his girlfriend or whatever, then you know that that's probably what he's doing or thinking of doing right at that moment. It's not that complicated. So, and if you call them out on that, see, we shouldn't even be with them at this point, but if you call them out on that, they're just going to tell you that you're crazy and insecure and too jealous and, oh my God, I can't even have a conversation with you because then you start this. See, there you go again. What do you want me to do? Leave? Again, narcissists are like little children that cannot help from telling on themselves. And I'm telling you, this is a foolproof method for how to read a narc. You can do it. You can read a narc just as good as he can read you. Because when you get all freaked out and upset and everything, that's because he reads you really well and he knows just how to push your buttons. Sure, the narcissist appears to be clever at his deception, but the truth is that his deception is only as good as the transparency of the bullshit. From now on, stop, look, and listen. Take the monster's ploy and turn it to your advantage. We don't always have to be the victim. Once you know what this person's all about, there is no reason to be throwing a fit when they accuse you of doing something absolutely ridiculous, because they know it's ridiculous. Okay? They know it's ridiculous. But they just know that in doing that, they're distracting you from what's really going on. This is a ploy. If he accuses you of being a liar, if he accuses you of having no friends, if he accuses you of being full of yourself, if he accuses you of giving him that tone or whatever, just know that whatever it is, he is projecting his behaviors onto you. That's all that narcs know how to do. So take the monster's ploy and turn it to your advantage and go no contact. Life is too short for all this narcissistic bullshit. Seriously. Get your life in order. Get your shit together. Kick these people to the curb. Don't worry about the suffering. The suffering will fade. And your suffering changes nothing. Okay? You can do this. But in the meantime, if you are stuck with this person, you are not helpless against their mind-boggling behavior. All you've got to do is turn it around on them. They don't need to know what you're doing. But you will know, and you will then have the evidence that will push you in the right direction to leave this person behind and start over with just yourself, with respect. Have some respect for yourself and just do the right thing on that. Okay, everybody, thank you for coming today. Make sure you read my books and hit that subscribe button right there. This video, by the way, was at a request from one of the guys in my comments. So this is for you. Thank you very much. And make sure you visit me at my blog, thenarcissisticpersonality.com, and you can connect with me on Twitter. And you can read my books. They're all on Amazon. When Love is a Lie, Stop Spinning, Start Breathing. I am also offering a service where I'll make you a personal video. You send me your story, and I'll send you a video tailored just for you. So thank you for coming today. Again, this is Zari Ballard. This is the When Love is a Lie video blog podcast, and I will see you next time. Bye.